Hey guys, what's up, Cyflin here, and today I just wanted to make a quick video talking about the new bow and arrow that was added into the game, or the corpus bow and arrow that was added into the game that doesn't actually have a string, called the Lenz. And the reason I'm making this video is because I don't feel like I'm prepared enough to make the next episode of the beginner's guide today. So I'm going to be putting it off for about a day or two just so I can get the account up to standing whenever it comes to making the guide and being able to explain things a little bit easier for you guys. So the Lenz is, like I said, a corpus bow and arrow that has no string for some odd reason. But the reason that this weapon is interesting is because of the basically the exploding mechanic that it has to it, right? So it's cool, but it's weird, but it's also cool. And I'm only noticing now that it has 85 ammo. Now, I'm not too sure if that's a bug or if that's intended, but usually whenever I was playing with this bow, it had 7 ammo. So it would basically stop you from standing up on like a pillar or something and kind of just shooting down at the enemies, right? Because this thing, it deals massive damage, right? I'm just going to go ahead and show the build that I have on it right now. This is the build that I'm running. It's a very standard sort of crit damage dealing build. We have our corrosive damage, we have blast damage, and we also have cold damage on here as well as impact. The cold damage is there because of like the aura effect that you get whenever you shoot an arrow. So you'll see whenever I shoot out one of the arrows here, at least behind this big bubble, right? If any enemy walks into that bubble, then they get slowed down, right? Including yourself. So if I were to like shoot this here at the wall, I would be slowed and it would also kill me like that, right? That's the weird sort of quirk to do with this weapon, right? It's like trapping the enemies inside this bubble, setting them up to die. So it's pretty cool in that fact, or in that aspect. So the build I'm running, like I said, pretty straightforward. You have your crit, you can get this over 125% crit chance, and then you have your crit multiplier of 4.4, pretty straightforward. You have your magazine of 1, and I'm not too sure if there's anywhere we could check the actual, like, you know, capacity of the weapon, the ammo capacity, because I'm pretty sure this isn't meant to have 80 rounds in it unless they hotfixed it and made it so that you could have 80 rounds. I'm not too entirely sure. But yeah, it's a pretty straightforward build. All you have to do is build it like you build like the Dread or something, and you can opt to have another element on here if you so choose. Like you could take off the speed trigger for more, you know, more elemental damage, or you could change Prime Beam of Grenier. You can put speed trigger there, and you take that there off and have another element on, or whatever. But personally, I like to run my Prime Beam mods because they just, you know, in my opinion, they deal a lot more damage. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw on my speed trigger again. Here we go. So that's that. That's the build. We go ahead and we spawn in, let's say, have I got like a regular heavy gunner that I can kill? No, I do not. Let's see, do I have a, maybe a regular bombard? Yes, I do have a regular bombard. So here we go. We spawn in 1, we make him level 145. We press OK. And I also make myself invincible. We simulate him. But before I do that there, I'm going to swap out my elements because I need radiation to kill him. His armor is like a different sort of resistance, so you need radiation damage on there instead of your corrosive damage, which it's kind of weird, I know, but let's just go ahead and simulate him now. And let's go ahead and fire at him with the Lenz, right? So it sticks to the enemies. It'll deal the cold damage, it'll do the radiation damage. Doesn't seem like it's too damaging right now. That's because he has a lot of armor, right? And this armor isn't necessarily going to be stripped, but you see that he kind of downed himself. He's down now. It's because of the blast damage that's also on the weapon, so you can kind of just shoot away at them. But I feel like where this weapon is going to shine is whenever it comes to killing like infested enemies or lighter units, right? So if you go ahead and you shoot down at like the infested enemies, let's say you're playing Orc and Derelict defense or something, you can kind of just use this weapon to catch them in the bubble so they can't really escape or anything like that there. So if we just go ahead, we kill all the enemies, we clear it, and we bring in the infested, go with the charges, we spawn in 20 of them, or 18, that works as well. Let's just go ahead and change our elements out again to our corrosive damage again. We go with our infected clip right here, and we throw on our being off infested, which is right over here, like so. Go ahead, go up here, go to chargers, 20 of them, and we simulate. Easy, level 145. This will be an easy kill, right? So they take a lot of health damage. They're level 145, but that's because obviously they don't have any armor or anything, right? So there's nothing Okay, well, they're fighting the bomber right now, but, you know, that's good bait. That's good bait, but you can keep them in the bubble, and they die. It's about 2 shots. If this weapon has 7 ammo, like in, you know, your regular public matches and stuff, then it's going to be more, I want to say, not as useful. It's going to be shittier. It's going to be more shit or whatever, because you're going to have to jump down every so often to just, like, get your ammo back. But the thing about it is it has built-in ammo mutation, which is why I'm wondering if my 80 ammo right here, or 35 ammo, which isn't increasing for some reason, is a bug, which I feel like it is a bug and it's not really intended, or it's just a simulacrum thing. So you have like seven arrows, and you have to like refill the ammo every so often. So that's the downside to the weapon, and I feel like that's the balancing thing. I don't feel like this weapon is going to get a nerf or anything. I just feel like this is just one of those really cool looking weapons that, you know, it just has a really cool dorky mechanic to it, right? You have this big porpoise thing in your back to hold it. You have this really cool looking animation right here. Even though it's meant to be a bow and arrow, you have no string or anything, and Nova's still holding it the way she'd hold a bow and arrow with a string or something. But it's a really cool weapon, and I think you should definitely pick it up. You can get this from the Energy Lab in your clan's dojo, and that's really all there is to say about it. It's just a cool weapon, and I think you should pick it up and cool things like that there. So I'm just waiting for that primed being a corrupted mod to come out so I can test versus like corrupted heavy gunners and things like that there. But you know, it's a cool weapon, especially once you strip. Let's play as Ash and strip the armor away from this bombard, and we'll kill him super quick. So let's go with Ash, and let's just go ahead and we throw like something like viral damage or something on here. So we change Stormbringer off there. We go our cryo rounds like so. Like this, and then we strip the bombard's armor. If we spawn another bombard, here we go. Go with this one. Spawn one of them in. Simulate. Let's just kill this guy right here real fast. He's gonna die. Easy peasy. You can do the same versus this guy. Shoot him. Make sure his armor stays off. And he's one-shot it, right? So it's an insane bow, and I think you should pick it up. It's gonna be especially useful whenever you're playing something like the Void. I wish I had this type of bow back in the day whenever I used to do like the tunnel camping in the Void with my friends, like in the tower defenses and stuff during survivals and stuff. I thought this type of weapon would have been cool, like putting it down, letting all enemies in the tunnel slow down, and then kind of just blowing up because we had 4 times cruise projection and stuff like that there. I thought that would have been pretty amazing, but yeah, this is just how it is now, and yeah, I like the weapon. Definitely pick it up. Get it. It's cool. It's a cool mechanic to it. It looks really cool as well. And yeah, have fun dealing with ammo. And that's really about it. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button below. And if you want to see more Warframe content from me, hit subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.